Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. What's up, Fleece?
Hey, man, I'm wearing the shirt. Legends, man. That's what legends were, right?
Right.
Hey, I was just sitting here thinking, man. I was thinking about somebody I ran into the other day from the penitentiary. And he got to talking about his girl when he was locked up. That she been messing around on him and all that. I started laughing, like, I'm like, yes. You guys get out of here, y'all do this silly stuff, right? Get out of here stealing, robbing, killing, all this stuff. Never think you'll get locked up, and you get locked up. So now you try to apply pressure on your woman. Send me some money. You know, why ain't you send me the money that I asked you to send me? Then she come off with, nigga, I was broke when you was out here, and I'm broke when you get, I'm really broke now that you got locked up. You on your own, man. You know, and that's how it turns out. They go to prison, they get out of here, and they steal. So the question is, I want to ask all the ones that do crime, who do you steal for? I mean, you out there stealing for what? What is the reason that you steal? Is it to buy you a car, a house, to get through school, pay a tuition? Or is it what I already know? To pay some woman so she'll be with you. That's what it boils down to. The ballers out there make the money, the women come. The good-looking women with the hips and booty and breasts and thick lips. They come because they know they got a sucker. A sucker. And they tell them straight up, man, I don't mess with no broke nigga. Step your game up, player. And then what he does, he go out there, steal, rob, kill, put himself in jeopardy with people shooting at him, trying to kill him for stealing. And when he get the money, he go give it to her. But when he get busted, she'll tell him, you on your own. I didn't tell you do this stupid stuff. You know, yeah, she encouraged it. But the fact of the matter is, you on your own. And you sitting in prison looking silly. You done did all this crazy stuff for a woman. Just to have you a woman, bro. I'm out of here, man.
Let me ask you this. What would you, if somebody said, look, I'm on my way to prison next week. I got to turn myself in. He's already done the crime. He's already been convicted. He's going to prison. It's a for sure thing. He's gone. What advice would you give him?
First of all, I was asking how much time did they give you?
Why does that matter?
It makes a big difference because some people can't survive a long period in the penitentiary. They go to prison, come out brain dead, like, you know. The stuff that happens in the penitentiary are things you don't see out here in society. You see them in prison. You are forced to see them, and it shocks your conscience. Some people, it drives nuts and crazy. So, yes, I would ask them, how much time do you have?
Okay, I got 10 years. What would be your advice on how I was surviving there for 10 years.
Well, my advice would be turn yourself in. That'd
Okay.
be the first advice.
Okay.
Turn yourself, get this shit over with, man. Turn yourself in. Keep your conduct clear, because you be up on a point system when you go to prison based on your behavior and attitude from jail to the penitentiary. You don't have a behavior incident on your record, your point score is going to be low. But it's going to be high due to the fact that you're a juvenile, like almost, you're a young man. But
No, I'm talking not a young man, 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, it's important that you keep your conduct clear, because you got 10 years, so you ain't took into account when you meet the parole board. On 10 years, you meet them in 13 months.
Oh, that quick?
Yeah, that quick. In 13 months to decide if they want to put you on back out in the streets. All you got to do in 13 months is either get your forward your education, pick up a trade or something, and make sure you got good support system waiting on you in case you are given parole. It helps. The fact you got 10 years don't mean you're going to do 10 years. See, it's a business. It's a business. They keep it as a business. So you go in, my advice, if you got a charge on you and you facing, you done been convicted, are you facing time even you ain't been convicted? You gotta, it happened to me once. I was on parole, and I got put out of a halfway house. And I was told my parole officer ain't gonna be contacted. I want you out. That's how he put it. So I come out, I got all my stuff sitting in the streets, all my furniture and stuff. I can't pack that stuff around with me. I ain't got a car, no transportation, no money to even get a U-Haul. People were running across the street. I was selling stuff that cost $400 for like $60. I took a loss. So I'm frustrated. I'm walking down the street. I'm supposed to go see my parole officer Monday. So it's going through my head. If he finds out I've been kicked out of his halfway, he gonna send me back to prison. I might as well just run, man. All that was going through my head, and as I continue walking, I met a preacher. And he told me that he recognized, he said, "Hey, brother," he said, "what's going on with you? Look like you down and sad over something." So we talked. The conclusion of it, he told me, "Man, come to church with me Sunday." This is at St. Stephen's, one of the prominent, biggest black churches in the city of Louisville. So I went to church with him and stuff. And so he said, "Here's my advice. Don't run. Turn yourself in. Give it to God." I'm like, man, I struggle with this for hours. But come Monday, I went and told my PO, "Hey," and I wasn't sent back to prison. Yeah. Sometimes your mind can play tricks on you. So you people that get in trouble, you got facing a time or something, get it over with. Man up to it. Get it over with. You made a mistake, man, acknowledge it. Get it over, come out better.
So shouldn't they had a conversation with one of my brothers that he's done some time, a lot of time actually. Man, what's this? Why don't they separate when you're on short time, you getting ready to get out? Why don't they separate you from the rest of the guys in there?
Ain't how they do it. That's part of your punishment. You know, when you go to prison, the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, tell you, when you go through that door, you don't lose all your rights, you know. You don't lose none of them, the Bill of Rights. Now, what is a privilege, the state can always take. What is a right, they cannot. You know, so you got people that go to prison, and really, it's based on your learning and your education that will determine how you do your prison bit and how you do on your way out.
I mean, but if I got a week before I'm released and somebody to pick a fight with me.
Now, they don't do that. See, like when you go to prison, you know, justice can be served in many ways. You got families out there that goes to the courtroom. Don't miss a day when one of their loved ones got shot or killed. They want to see justice done. So the court will render their judgment. Life, 21 years or whatever. You go to prison. Now, somebody get his store robbed and stuff. They want justice. You came in here and took my money. And the court tell them, y'all ain't supposed to take matters in your own hands. We'll do it for you. Let us do it the legal way. And people sat back and said, okay, that's the law.
No, I'm talking about when somebody's time short.
Right.
And another inmate knows it.
I'm getting ready to explain that to
Okay.
you. So you get sent to the penitentiary. Now, however the penitentiary, whatever their rules and regulation is, that's their rules. That's part of your punishment for what you did to get there. You don't have you can't decide what cell you go to. They decide it. I mean, it's bad. They don't like to put gangbangers with gangbangers in penitentiary. They don't want to put tough guys with tough guys. If you're going to get a cell partner, they might put a sissy in there with you. And sometimes they go and put bad people in your cell just to see a fight get started. So one of y'all get killed. They don't like inmates, period. So when you go to prison, you got to hope that the rules and regulations governed by the Supreme Court and the laws of America will be enforced. Because if it's not, you're going to have a bad time doing your time.
That's what I'm asking you. Why wouldn't they separate? If I got a week left before I get out, and you got 20 years.
Hate, being hatred. By law, they're supposed to. By policy of, every prison has policies, rules, and regulations that governs them, that they got to go by. But the people running the administration and down under them, they don't care about them laws, rules, and regulations.
Because if I get into a fight, I got a week left, I get into a fight.
I stopped a guy twice. He came out and told my people, I saved his life twice in prison. He already had parole. I seen the dude on the loop. He don't ever talk to people. He just walk by and respect how you doing and keep doing it. He worked in one of the prison jobs. Somebody got jealous of him. Mm-hmm. Was getting ready to stab him.
Yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah, and I stopped it. I fought the guy for him so that he can go home. So I'm saying that I had another friend in Twin out of Paducah. Twin was locked up for murder. New York, supposed to read it on him, got him his life sentence. But we down there walking the loop. I go to the hole, then they send Twin down from another prison to the hole, and we talking. So he tell me about New York on the yard. They get ready to let him out on the yard. The same yard where a motherfucker snitched on him. And he asked me, what should he do? Well, my advice to him at the time was, when I don't have a decision, I go to the Bible. Because I know everything, is going to be right on the money. It's going to be true. So if I don't know, I go search the Bible. So I told him, no, don't do that. So you don't have a decision once you get locked up you don't have a decision to decide where you go or what cell you get in or who you be cell around. It's something that comes with your time. It took a lot from us in prison. You can't even have a woman in prison. I mean, it's common sense. If you can't have a woman, you're going to have something. I mean, come on now, be truthful. You ain't going to just go all your life without using, your penis. So it creates a lot of stuff. But what people don't know is the creation of prisons in America. See, the first prison put up in America was put up in Pennsylvania. And so it was religious people that came to the politicians and told them. Because in America, the punishment for any felony in America was death back then. It wasn't you do anything that is a felony, you get hung. That was the penalty in America. Until they got it right by the Constitution that we do have rights, right? So they put up prisons, they was called Puritans. They put up prisons and they told the lawmakers put these up and let us come in and reform the prisons. So the people that wanted the prisons put up, mainly, they came from the Democratic set. Now, the Republicans has always been about stricter punishment, just strictness, kill them. So we went through that. So now, Supreme Court of the United States went through a whole lot of case laws where they got to include us into the Constitution, the penitentiary, our prisoners into the constitutionals with rights. We still have rights. Even though we did what we did, we still have rights. You can't treat us like I am, no cruel and unusual punishment, so on and so on. We have a right to be, to question them about if they put a charge on us, the nature of the charge, and to call witnesses. We have all them rights. So people come to prison and they get to thinking that it's going to be the way they want it to be. It ain't the way it's going to be, and it's the way it's never going to be. It's the way an inmate want it to be. That's never how prison's going to be ran. So when you go to prison, you got to expect what you think not to really be what it's going to be. It's going to be totally different. You're going to be put in cells with people that is racist. You're going to be put, like if you're a blood, you be put in a cell with a crip. If you're a GD, you be put in there with a viceroy. If you somebody that you don't like gay people, you anti-gay, you be put in a cell with an actual gay person who will walk around with panties on and all that stuff.
So they do it on purpose?
Yeah, they do it on purpose. And that's part of your punishment. So you can do one or two things. You can let it provoke you where you hurt somebody, See, that was a young guy that was put in, he was in Easton. They said he wasn't even really supposed to be locked up, had an old silly charge. But he was put in a cell with this dude called Bandino. And Bandino was telling him he wanted to go to Eddyville prison, the prison I'm in. They told him no. So to get to Eddyville, he figured he had to do something bad. Now he's that dude said, my dude ain't never did nothing wrong to him or nothing. He went in there and killed that boy. Killed him. Now they gotta send him to Eddyville, maximum security. So we heard all about it, and I'm on the yard at the time when he come to the prison. He's walking the yard. I'm running stores and stuff, so he heard about me and said, "You Fleece Johnson?" I already heard about it. I said, "Yeah, what about it?" He said, "I'm Bandingo." I said, "Eh?" He said, "No, I ain't coming for no drama or nothing. I'm just, I'm getting ready to open a store out here on the yard, and I don't want to feel like I'm intruding into you. I heard you run a store out here too. It should be enough for both of us." As soon as he said that, I had a thing that I could do, right? I can show, like, all right, compliance. It's weakness. I ain't gonna show shit. I don't give a fuck about who you killed. I didn't like the fact that you even killed that young boy. Boy didn't do nothing. A child. And I told him, yeah, I got a store out here, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, if you try to open one out of here, I'm gonna open your ass. How about that? And he walked off. So later on, I went to the hole for something else. I'm always back and forth in the hole. Sometimes do 12 years flat, sometimes come out. But while I was in the hole, now read between the lines on this. He tried to open the store out there, and the word came into me. Bandino, since you went to the hole, he done opened his stores. And then that bell went off at a time when, the bell goes off when inmates go get locked in their cell house. But if it goes off sooner, something done happen. It went off. Found out Bandino got stabbed right up under the water tower for trying to open up a store when I told him it ain't gonna happen. In fact, I left the yard. He did it anyway, and it didn't happen. So you tell me. This is a cap off on the Bandino story, right? I told you he killed that little young guy. Wasn't even supposed to be in a maximum security prison. He killed that man because he wanted to come to a prison, maximum security prison, where they got single cells. He didn't want to be in a double cell. That's the bottom line. So let me cap it off a little further. Now, he got stabbed. Because I told him, you ain't going to run no stores here. And I went to the hole, he opened one up, and he got stabbed. But look, his son, his actual biological son, came from another prison to Eddyville to be with his daddy.
What do you mean to be with him?
Kids is like that. If they find out their daddy's in Eddyville and they in LaGrange, they gonna try to get classified to the same prison so they can unite with their daddy. Mm-hmm. Be around family.
Right.
But he had to get in some trouble to get transferred, and he ended up in the hole. And let me tell you, the next thing he ended up with his mouth on me, on my thing.
The son did?
Yeah, his son was sucking me. And he got some real good head, too. I let him do it out of spite of his daddy. You know, your daddy ain't shit, bro. Your daddy's out there thinking he gonna run something, cause I left the yard. And then he got stabbed. Then you come down here, you his son, come down here to be around your daddy because you think your daddy is some tough shit because he killed a child your age, somebody's kid, for nothing. But you want to swing off your daddy balls and come down here and get my balls. I almost fell in love with that boy though, for real. He was good. Boy, I close my eyes sometimes. I think about it, man. I know it's wrong and it's evil, but boy, he really know how to suck. And that happened for real, you know. So, you know, you have all sorts of attitudes in prison, right? We sit there and we see all that stuff on TV while we in prison. Who killed who, why, this and that. And we be sitting there debating. Man, he killed a child, man. He did that. Boy, they better not send him here. And if they end up where we at, they got hell to pay. I mean, that's just part of prison life. That's the consequences. And you know, I couldn't understand why people was questioning me. Did you rape anybody in prison? Did you? What if I did? Which I didn't, but what if I did? Are you protecting them? Are you getting ready to sound the alarm? You think about all the people these people in prisons done killed. The kids, the wives, the mothers, the sons and daughters, the daddies and uncles and aunties and grandmamas and granddaddies and kids. And when they go to court, they get sentenced and they go to penitentiary. Are you concerned that somebody get their booty? I mean, what the hell? Whose side is you really on? The one taking the booty or the one that killed somebody? They got him in there where his booty can be took. I mean, think about all that. These are consequences called karma. It ain't called being judgmental. It ain't called judging somebody. Did you take somebody's booty while you was in there? Did you do this? Did you do that? You're supposed to look at it for what it is, your consequences. You've been told not to do wrong. You did wrong. You robbed, you stealed, you killed, you raped, you molested. You get locked up and you want people out here to feel sorry for you that if you got raped? For real. So I realized, man, where I'm at. You know, there's a verse in the Bible that says, woe to them that put light before darkness and evil before good, that sees evil as good. That's in Jeremiah. And it's talking about people that when they do evil, it's good to them. And when they see good done, it's evil to them. It's weakness. See, but me, I tell the truth. And the truth is this. Anybody, any man that gets locked up, hey, he's going to experience while he's locked up things that he never experienced out in society. Shocking, horrifying, traumatizing. But that's your consequences. The consequences ain't 15 years in prison, life in prison, or life without. That's just your judgment. That's what sends you to prison. The consequence is going to be what you experience while you in there, what you lose while you in there. How many loved ones turn it back on you? Your wives, your kids, and everything. That's your consequences. See, like I said, the consequences ain't the time you give them. It's what you experience while you in there during that time. Think about that. I want to talk about something. You know, people didn't ask me. I asked myself. I asked myself to compare prison life with life out here on the streets. Prison was bad. They had a lot of good times, and it depends on who you are. But when I got out and try to see the comparison, shit out here with stuff in prison, it's no comparison. It's stuff that's happening out here in the real world don't even happen in prison. See, the bad people we get in prison, don't forget, they come from out here. They come from society. The ones we get in prison that is bad, whether they serial killers or whatever, they come from society, producing. And I'm telling you, I think about it. I think about it a whole lot. And so here's what I'm saying to you. I'm being real with you. You know, we got certain things we can do out here in the streets that we can't do in prison. You know, go to clubs, decide when you want to get up and walk outside, get a breath of fresh air. You can do it at will out here. In prison, you can't. That's a lot of things you can't do in prison that you can do out here. But I'm going to tell you what. There is no way possible that this stuff going on out here is worse than what goes on in prison. Prison is like a paradise compared to what's happening out here in society. I'm just being truthful with you. So here's how you look at it. In prison, we get free cable, all cable channels, free food, free roof over our head, no rent bills, free medical, free access to gym, workouts, free college courses, free schooling, free doctor's appointment, therapy appointment, free everything. No bills. Out here in society, you know the difference. So, prison, to me, I don't know how it is to other people. You know, I still think society is better because we get to walk around and do things without having permission. We don't need to ask permission. Other than that, there's no way possible being out here can be better than in prison.
Besides being able to do what you want.
Right.
That's the only thing.
That's it. Our library, we got libraries that is just as big as your library out here.
Y'all can't go on vacation.
Man, when we want books, if they don't...
No, I said vacation. You can't just go take a plane and
stuff like that. Yeah, we can't go visit certain places and restaurants and stuff, but other than that...
It's a big difference, though.
Yeah, it's a big difference. That's why society giving the edge is more out here you can do that you can't do in prison.
I just think it's crazy. You said it gives it an edge.
Yeah,
That's saying a lot. It's
yeah, it
just
is.
an edge.
An edge. It gives an edge, and that's it, man, because all the people that end up in prison came from this society out here.
I know, but I think it reflects how much time you've done in prison for you
Now,
to think it.
now it reflects how much of the truth I done came to learn. That's what it affects. How much of the truth I now know, as opposed to what I didn't know as a child. So, the truth will change your mindset. Just like take Malcolm X, for instance. He preached to all the Muslims, white people, blue-eyed devils, all this stuff. And they believed it, taught their kids and stuff. He went to the holy city, Mecca, and seen all nationalities praising the same God. People, white, black, Mexicans, Latino, all kinds. And he realized then that all people, white people, wasn't devils. He came back to the state. Just cut to the chase, he simply told them he made a mistake. And they ain't with that. They like a mistake. You done lied to us. And then the black people killed him. But here's the point. The Bible says it's about the death of these people you've been hearing getting killed, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and different other holy people, people with the word of God in them. The Bible says this. Wherever there's a testament, there must of necessity be the death of the testator. What he's testifying to ain't really going to come to forth until he's dead. The Bible literally says that it's just the process of a man of God. Is that has to happen. And so, for whatever reason, but yeah, I wanted to speak on it, man, because people, they got programs in prison that teaches life without a crush, uh, 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 life without a crush, deadbeat days. Then you got all the other programs, but they don't never teach the inmates exactly the hardship they gonna face when they actually hit these streets. They leave all that out. They talk about you go apply for a job here. Here's how you do an interview. Here's how you prepare for it. None of that is relevant out here. They pass over the main crucial point of survival. So that when a person get out, you can almost assure he's going back because a lot of them been left out that he didn't even wasn't even told about. That when it comes upon him, he don't know how to digest it, respond to it, accept, to reject anything toward doing right, and he start doing wrong again till he go back.
Why is that? Why does somebody do all that time and get out here?
Well,
I understand the pressures out here, but
I'm gonna tell you why.
to do something that's gonna send you right back to where you
I'm
came.
gonna tell you why. People ask this question: why did the Germans kill over 6 million people, Jews, burn them in ovens? They ask that question. They ask why did a man, Ted Bundy, did all he did? Why did Jack the Ripper do what he done? Why did the Boston Strangler? Why did the terrorists, people that's supposed to be grown people, let somebody tell them strap a bomb to them and go blow something up? Why? See, Why did Judas betray Jesus, somebody he walked with for 3 years? And Jesus told him one of y'all gonna betray me, and it was him, one of his own disciples. So, whoever thought, why did what's his name, John Gotti, his man that did all this dirty work, that
Sammy the Bull.
yeah, snitched on him. A man that went through years of being proven tough guy, end up wrecked. I mean, people ask the question, why? Why did Tupac and Biggie Small end up like they did? Why did Suge Knight did what he did? All that stuff. Here's the thing. You look past the why, and you look towards the mistake. I don't really give a shit why he did it. I'm not even gonna go there. Where I'm going is not making the same mistake. See, when you hear about a mistake, you can learn about it, but it ain't even about trying to probe it to the point of finding out every little detail. The fact is, you seen a mistake, you seen the consequences, don't make the same mistake. That's simple.
Well, answer me this. What would you say the reason is a man keeps going back to prison after 2, 3, and 4 times?
I'm gonna tell you the reason. It ain't even the man. It's the way the system got the system set up. Here's a man that they said, well, we're gonna give you parole. So the family welcomes him. He's coming home, or she's coming home. Oh, we can't wait. They want to see their loved one. Somebody that they either stuck with, I invested a lot of time into happen till they get out. They on parole. See, that's the difference. Parole is different. Like with parole, they can send you back. If you're on parole, you can go back to prison without committing a crime. All somebody got to do is tell your parole officer, you threaten them. They suspect you for doing this or doing that. Without any proof, he can just send you back for them reasons. He can send you back for not having a job at the time he said you should get a job. He can send you back for practically anything that is not a crime. And that's how they end up back in prison. Most of them end up back in prison on parole, don't end up back in prison committing a new crime. They end up back in prison violating a parole condition. See, and that's wrong. It's a revolving door. I was telling you about the business of the system. It's a business now. They're making billions off of it. People make big money off of prisons. They're going to start putting up privately owned prisons because there's big money in it, guaranteed money. The government is paying you. How can you go wrong? You get paid for every inmate that you got locked up. So, that's it, man.